Hi, I am again in front of you with a new prose from 10th NCERT book, Footprints Without Foot, and the prose itself is Footprints Without Feet, which is written by H.G. Wells. Herbert George Wells. He was born on 21st September 1866 and expired on 13th August 1946. He was a prolific English writer. He has written many novels, he has written about history, politics, and he has written so many textbooks too. He is best remembered for his sci-fi. He has written sci-fi means he has written fiction on the basis of fiction based on science. That's why he is best remembered for his sci-fi write-ups. The most notable science fiction are The War of the Worlds, The Time Machine, The Invisible Man, The Island of Dr. Moreau. He was born at Atlas House, 46 High Street, Bromley, Kent, England, and he was the fourth and the last child of Joseph Wells, a farmer, a domestic gardener, and at the same time a shopkeeper too. His father was having three professions at the same time. He was a farmer, he was a gardener, and at the same time he was having a shop which he was running. And he was also a professional cricketer. And his wife Sarah Neal, she was a domestic servant. So he was one of the finest writer whom you can say he was the father of sci-fi write-ups. Like he used to write fiction based on science, and he was well known for his work. So we will be going to deal with how the title justify the story. When we talk about the justification of the title, see, this story, the title of this story creates interest. When you see footprints without feet, means there is some mark of feet which you are seeing but you are not able to see the person. So this name itself creates a curiosity in your mind and you want to read the lesson. कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि किसी शब्द को जान के आपको उस बुक में इंटरेस्ट हो या नहीं हो, स्टोरी पे हो या नहीं हो, आप उसको पढ़ना चाहते हैं. एंड इट्स रियली द टाइटल हैज doesn't needs any justification, because see, the name of the lesson itself creates an interest to read the story. So the title of the story creates interest in the mindset of the reader, and it generates a curiosity in them to know what is there in the story. As the story has a lead character, the main character is a scientist named Griffin. He has invented a drug. By taking that drug, person can become transparent. He can be felt, he can be touched, but you cannot look that person. He will become invisible, he will become transparent. For that purpose, he has to take out all the clothes from his body. And suddenly what happened, it was winter season, and cold and chilled winds were blowing, and he swallowed that drug and he became transparent. So his life became hell, because first the two boys observed the footprints and they followed him, and it was winter time, as I said. The chilly winds were blowing and he was not having clothes on the body. So the life became hell, because see, if you are blessed with certain things, you should know how to use it in a positive manner. But here, as I said, the Griffin was a scientist, but he was not having any he was not a lawless, he was not a lawful person. He was not abiding to law that he should use it for constructive purpose. He has used it for creating problem for himself as well as for the people who are surrounding him. So the title itself justifies the story, Footprints Without Feet, and it creates interest in the mindset of the reader to know what the story is. Once the reader has read the title, surely he is going to read the story. And when we talk about the theme of this story, the theme of this story talks about a person, a scientist named Griffin, who has discovered a drug. By consuming that drug, the person become invisible, transparent. But the thing is that he has to remove all his clothes to become transparent or invisible. He was irresponsible person and irrational. Without thinking, he was doing everything. He was having an attitude of taking revenge from the person who has done something to him. He has not used his invention or discovery for constructive reason. He has disturbed the people, he has disturbed everyone, and he was not in a he was overpowered by his anger. He was overpowered by his bad temperament. He was not able to control his anger and temperament, and that's why he faced problem in winter season, because he became transparent, and he was feeling the intense cold, and that's why he took shelter in a shop. And then he was being chased by the people who were working over there, and then he went to the countryside. There also he became prey to the people, and he disturbed everyone who were surrounding, who were very near to him. So the message is very clear that whenever you are having such a blessed invention, or when you are having something blessed in you, try to use it for human sake. Means you have to try to use it for the upliftment of the society, not for destroying and disturbing the people who are living in the society. And it's like, we should not misuse our power. We should not misuse the advancement and the advancement and the discovery, which can become a blessing if it is used in a proper and positive way. So the theme of this story is like we should always try to use the things in a proper way. We should try to reap the benefits of the thing, irrespective of seeing the negative side and using it for negative reasons. And now I will be talking about the characters involved in the story. Now, the main character of the story is Griffin, and he is a scientist. I said he is an irresponsible person. He didn't follow law and order. He always worked against the law and order. He was very intelligent. He was knowledgeable. That's why he was able to discover a drug which can make a person invisible or transparent. But again, he was not able to control his bad temperament and anger. That's why he always became prey to the problems which he only created for himself, as well as for the people who were near to him. And then there are two boys at the start of the story, when he has consumed the drug and he became invisible. That these two boys were the first one to notice his footprints. And then the shop assistant, when he went into the shop assistant, were very loyal towards their owner. When they saw this Griffin inside the shop, and they saw that he has used the things which were in the shop, they tried to chase him but was not able to catch him. Then Mrs. Hall, she is the wife of the landlord of a local countryside inn, and this countryside inn or local inn is in village Epping. Then clergyman. This clergyman is actually a priest, means who is a Christian priest, church में काम करते हैं, and he was robbed by Griffin when he was staying at his inn in Epping village or countryside. And Mr. Jaffer is a constable from Epping village police station. He was very loyal towards his profession. He saw that it's impossible to catch this person to catch a person who is not having a head, but then too he tried his level best till the end to catch hold this person. And so these are the six characters in the story. and now we will start dealing with the lesson. See, this lesson is very interesting. I said when you will read the name, you will come to know about the story too, and you will feel like that, yes, I have to know more about the story. And I will be giving you the detailed explanation of the lesson. See, the two boys in the mid of the London, in the center of the London, they observed something strange. What they observed? What was the strange thing which they observed? They saw suddenly in the center of the London, there was a house, and on the steps of that house, what they observed, that there was muddy imprints of the feet. Muddy imprints means there was a mark. There was a mark which was very clear due to the mud, due to the mud which was there on the feet, but they were not able to see the person. Means they saw the muddy mark of the feet, but they were not able to see the person. They started wondering ki what it is, why we are able to see the footprints of the feet, but we are not able to see the man. And they were wondering what was a barefoot man doing on the steps of the house. They were wondering, they were thinking, they were pondering what this man is doing barefooted on this steps of the house. And they also at the same time started thinking that where is the man? वो आदमी कहाँ है जिसके फुट मार्क्स वहाँ है? जो फुट मार्क्स तो वहाँ है, बेयरफुटेड है, मड लगा है, उसके फुट मार्क्स हैं, बट वेयर इज द मैन? कहाँ है वो इंसान? And they were in search of that person, but they were not able to see that person because that person was invisible. That was not visible to them. They started following the footprints, and that invisible man started moving ahead, and they started following the footprints. वो जो footprints पढ़ते जा रहे थे वो उनके पीछे जा रहे हैं, and वो जो है barefooted man के footprints को देख रहे हैं, but man visible नहीं है. They had been following a scientist. They were following actually a knowledgeable scientist who had discovered how to become invisible, how to become transparent. And he was none other than the main character of the story, Griffin. He was a scientist who had been working for a long time to see how to make anyone means any human body invisible or transparent. Suddenly one day, when he was discovering, he discovered a drug and he consumed it. And what happened after that? That created the whole story and the whole scene. He consumed that drug and he became invisible. Though he became invisible, and there was one thing: whenever he will wear the clothes, he will become visible. After consuming that drug, he took off all the clothes. उसने सारे clothes खोल दिए, and he became invisible. He became transparent. But the choice of the season was not good. It was winter season in London, and the cold chilly winds were blowing, and he was not having any attire or any cloth on the body, so he was feeling very cold. Then what happened? Griffin was a lawless person. He was not obeying or abiding to the laws and rules and regulations. He was lawless person. He didn't think of anything. He was not able to control his anger and temperament. And what he did, once his landlord has stated him to vacate his house, and he had kept this thing in his mind. वो उस बात को दिमाग में रखा. And he wanted to take the revenge, and it was the best time, as he was invisible. He can take the revenge easily. Nobody will come to know. And what he did, he burned the house. He set fire. He burned the house, and then he moved ahead. His presence was felt after he stepped in some mud, and his footprints could be seen as he walked. When he stepped on some mud, that mud got stuck on the bare foot of the griffin, and that's why the people were able to, that two boys were able to see the footprints, the mark of the footprints when he was moving ahead. And suddenly what happened? After some time they were not able to see that footmarks because all the mud became he got rid of all the mud, and now he was moving but people was not able to see him. Then what happened? He easily escaped the boys who were following him, but he had many more adventures to come in the way, because he has selected a bad season, a time when there is chilly cold winds blowing, a bad time to wander in the streets of the London. So what happened? He was without clothes, he was transparent, but he was able to feel the cold chilly wind, and he was waiting for the store to shut. Means वो वहाँ पे रुका था कि कब ये store बंद हो. It was not night time and now it was the closing time of the store. He entered the store and he waited for each and every person to move out and they should close the store. He waited patiently. When everyone went and the store was closed, he immediately took some clothes, wore it and then he went to the kitchen. He got food to eat. And he wore new clothes over there without paying any penny for anything. And he became visible again. As he wore shoes, overcoat, and as he was wearing shoes, overcoat and a hat, he then found cold meat and coffee in the kitchen. In the kitchen of the shop, he found cold meat and coffee. He ate cold meat and drank coffee, and he became comfortable. Now he was, after that he also found sweets and wine from the grocery section of the store, and he enjoyed that also. Then he felt comfortable and then he felt sleepy and he slept on the pile of quilts. Quilts means जो रजाई होती है जो गर्मी देती है. Then he felt comfortable that now my stomach is full and now I have to sleep. I am feeling sleepy, and he decided to sleep. And where he slept on the pile of the quilts. And what happened? He was sleeping, and now the time to open the store. Now the assistant of the shop came and they opened the store, and he was sleeping because he was feeling cozy over there. And they saw this person that he is wearing hat, clothes, shoes, and he is sleeping on pile of quilts. They decided to catch him. And when he heard the footsteps, when he heard that the assistant of the shop they were behind him, he decided to run. And while running, he again took off the clothes. He again became, when he was not having any clothes on the body, he again became invisible. And now it was impossible for the assistant of the shop to catch him. Again he was invisible, naked, and without money in the chilly air of January month in the street of London. So now what happened? He thought that I have to wear something. Then he decided that he has to try clothing of the theatrical world. Theater में अलग अलग कपड़े होते हैं, तो he thought कि now it's best time I have to go for this for the clothes which the people of theater used to wear. As he knew that he would surely find something there to cover his face with, and he knew that there he can find something by which he will be able to cover his face and nobody will come to know about his real identity. Then he immediately moved toward Drury Lane, and it was the center of the theatrical world, means everything related to theater was commonly available at this place. He was shivering with cold. He found a shop according to his needs. Means whatever he needed, it was there in the shop, and he went into that shop and he came out wearing bandages. He covered his face, he covered his body, He took the false nose, side whiskers, वो जो आप बिल्ली और शेर में जो पतले पतले बाल बाहर निकले होते हैं उसको whiskers बोलते हैं, and a hat too. And then as he was not having money, so he has to have some money. So what he did, he attacked a shopkeeper and robbed him all of his money. And he robbed him means उससे उसकी पूरे पैसे छीन लिए इसने. Then he felt that London is too much crowded and this is not the place where I should live, and he decided to go to a small place, a countryside or a village, and he selected Epping village for his stay. He took a train and booked 2 rooms in the local inn. He went to Epping village, and before going to the Epping village, he booked 2 rooms in a local inn in Epping village. The event of a stranger coming in this season was not a normal thing. So everyone in the countryside, Epping village, everyone was little bit amazed, little bit surprised, and they were talking about him. And by seeing him, when they found him strange, they started talking more about this person. The landlord of that inn, which was there in the Epping village where Griffin had to stay, Mrs. Hall, made a lot of efforts to be friendly with him, to know about him, but he was not ready to talk to anyone. He clearly told the landlady that he has came here for some reason, and the reason is that he want to live in peace and nobody should disturb his peace. So as the landlady got the money, so she was satisfied. What to do with the person who is living over there? I got my money and he is living over there and he is not disturbing, so I should not intervene again and again. She said she didn't intervene him in his work, and he told the reason why he had covered his face with bandages. He said he had met an accident few time before, and that's why he had to cover his face. The landlord's wife, Mrs. Hall, accepted that her new guest was strange. He was not a common person, as he was a strange scientist, and she was ready to excuse him. She was ready to excuse him of his anger, bad temperament, because she got the money. He had paid her in advance. So a time came when this Griffin was not having not having any penny with him. So he was not having any ready cash available for further payment for staying in the inn. Now he had to pretend that he was acting that he is waiting for the check, and when check will come, he will pay the money to the landlady, who is the owner, to the landlady of this inn, which is there in Epping village. And the check could arrive at any point of time. Then something strange happened, which attracted each and everybody's attention. The clergyman, means this Christian priest who was the husband of this landlady, and his wife were awakened by sudden sound which was coming from their study room. Suddenly from the study room some noise was coming, and the Christian priest, the clergyman and the wife awakened due to that sound. When they were coming downstairs, they could hear the sound of the money being taken from the clergyman's desk. It was a study table, and there was and someone was trying to take money from his desk. The clergyman held a metal rod, एक पतला सा rod अपने हाथ में पकड़ा, in his hand, and flung the door. उससे उसने door को open किया. With the help of that metal rod, he opened the door of his study room. As soon as he opened the door, he said, surrender. He thought someone was there, and he ordered him to surrender himself, as he thought that he had caught the thief and now he is going to surrender. But it was not like that. It was not like that. To their surprise, when he said surrender, and when they were looking for the man, for the thief, they found that there was no one in the room. They looked under the desk, behind the curtains, and also up the chimney, but they looked each and every nook corner of the room, but they were not able to trace out the person. They were not able to find out the person. Yet the desk was open and housekeeping money was not there. It was missing. Then the clergyman kept on saying, extraordinary affair. It's not normal affair. It's not a common affair. The whole day he said it's not normal. Without anyone entering the room, how money is missing from the room? How money is not there in the room? It's not normal thing. The whole day he was shocked and he was thinking about this incident and talking about this incident. But the things that happened with Mrs. Hall furniture was much more fascinating. It was more surprising. Mrs. Hall and her husband woke up early in the morning and were surprised as the door to the guest room was open. They woke up early in the morning, and when they saw that the door of the guest room was open, they went over there, and what they saw, it was more surprising, it was more astonishing. Usually the door of the guest room, usually the door of the room where Griffin was staying was closed and locked. But on that day it was open. He used to get very angry if anyone tried to enter his room. It was an opportunity, it was an open opportunity for Mrs. and Mr. Hall, and they went inside the room. They decided to investigate what they saw when they saw that nobody was there in the room. They wanted to know what actually Griffin is, what he does, and this was the open opportunity for them to enter and to do the investigation that what actually he does in the room. They decided to investigate and they entered the room. The bed sheets were cold, which showed that he must have been up for a while. As the bed sheet was cold means they decided that Griffin is not in the homes and he has went outside. And all the bandages that he used to tie for a while, and all the bandages that he used to tie around the face were lying around the room. The bandages which he was using to cover the face was lying around the room. Suddenly Mrs. Hall heard a sniff close to her ear, and Griffin hat that was lying on the bedpost flung towards Mrs. Hall and hit her on her face. She heard something, and suddenly the hat which Griffin was which belongs to Griffin hit Mrs. Hall's face. Then the chair in the room dashed itself, and Mrs. Hall's leg was hit by the chair, and they got scared because everything was happening, but they were not able to see who is doing all this thing, who is involved in doing all this thing. They got scared. Mrs. Hall and her husband were going out of the room, out of surprise, out of fright. They came out of the room, and suddenly the door closed in front of their face, and they become more surprised, they become more frightened. This terrorized Mrs. Hall, and she was about to fall down. She was about to lose her consciousness, and she was convinced of the thought that there were spirits in her room, and she was like, it cannot be done by normal person. And she was like convinced that yes, there is something wrong in the inn. There is some spirit who is there in the inn's room, and he is doing all this thing. The spirit is doing all this thing, and that the stranger has caused this to happen, and it has happened. The spirit is there because that stranger has called this spirit, and that's why it has happened. She moaned that her mother used to sit in the chair which hit her leg, and she was crying that my mother was sitting on that chair which hit my legs, and thought that how could it rise up against her. And she was thinking how it had happened. The neighbor of Mrs. Hall thought that it was a witchcraft which had caused such a thing to happen. And the neighbor, when it was like discussed between the neighbors, they said ki it's a witchcraft, it's a black magic. Due to black magic this all can happen. And when the news of the robbery at the clergyman's house reached other people in the town, everyone started coming to the house, and they were suspecting this strange scientist Griffin who was staying in the inn. Suspicion grew stronger and doubt became stronger on him when he produced ready cash for his payment. And suddenly he came from nowhere and he gave a payment to the landlady for staying in the inn, and this created more doubt on him. And then what happened? Though he had told that he will be getting check at any moment of time and his check is going to arrive and then he will be paying, but this incident grew doubt on him. She went straight to Griffin as he had appeared from the empty bedroom at the inn. She went straight to meet Griffin because he had came out of the empty bedroom. She asked him what had he been doing upstairs to her chair. She asked what you are doing to that chair which is there in the inn's room, and what you had done with the furniture. She also asked him how did he came out of the empty bedroom. How you came out of the empty bedroom? There was no one and you came from that room. How is it possible that if no one is there and you came out of that locked bedroom? Because when we entered in that room no one was there, and from the locked room, empty room, you came out. How it is possible? Then what happened? The scientist became really very angry, and he was not able to control his temperament, and he started shouting that they don't understand who he is and what he was and what he can do to them. And he decided to show them the truth. He removed his bandages, and he started removing his bandage, removed his whiskers, spectacles and his nose. And it took just a minute to do all this thing, removing all the things from his body and becoming naked, and he became invisible. He became his head became invisible in front of Mrs. Hall. She was terrified, and the people who were there in the bar, they became horrified by seeing a headless man, because he had removed all the bandages, nose and whisker, and now the head portion was not visible. It became transparent to the people who were there. Mrs. Jaffer, the constable of the village who was there in the police station, was surprised when he saw that he was called, and when he came, he saw that he has to caught a man who is headless, because the head was not visible, because he has taken all the bandages, whiskers and everything. Now it has become invisible, and he has to catch that person whose head is not visible. But being loyal towards his profession and being loyal towards his duty, he knew that the magistrate wanted him to arrest the person, and it doesn't matter to him whether he is having head or not. He has to arrest that person. As he threw away more and more of his clothes, he was taking off the clothes from his body. He was becoming more transparent, more invisible, and finally when he removed his shirt, he was nowhere. Now no one was able to see him, because now not a single piece of cloth was on his body and no one was able to see him. Now there was a problem. Now Mr. Jaffer has to struggle, has to fight to catch that person who is not visible. Earlier though it was headless, and now he has to catch that person who is not visible at all. People who tried helping Jaffer were also struggling very hard to catch hold that person. And Griffin meanwhile was hitting the person, giving blow to them. As Jaffer made his last attempt to catch hold of that scientist Griffin, the invisible man, he was knocked down by him and he became unconscious. Everybody was shouting, "Hold him, hold him!" But whom to hold? Nobody was there. He was invisible, he was transparent, and Griffin had set himself free from them. Now Griffin is free. He is far from the danger of getting caught by them, as nobody can understand how to catch him. This was the story. In this way, he became free from the people of that countryside. And this is all about the story. So go through the lesson, and wherever you are finding difficulty regarding understanding any line or any word, please comment in the comment section so that I will be able to clarify your doubts and I will be able to understand where the problem is. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.